everyone, and welcome to another Dorset and Guernsey, just a mini demonstration, just giving you some ideas that perhaps you can have a little play with and try in your own homes. So today I have acrylic bowl but it could be glass or it can be acrylic, and it's, I don't know, a couple of inches deep. So there's no water going into this bowl, so there's not too much worry about that. So what I am going to put in are some little bottles. Now these you can get from your local wholesaler, and they come in perhaps about 20s, and they've got a little cap on the top, so once you put your stem in it does stay quite secure, doesn't wobble about. So to make them secure within the bowl, I'm going to put a little fix on the bottle, Oasis Fix, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. So just a little strip across the base of the bottle, and then we push and just give a little twist, and it will adhere to the PVC or the ceramic container. Now if you don't happen to be able to get hold of little bottles like this, there are several other things you could do. Perhaps you have a morning take of Yakult. Now those are very nice shaped little bottles, so you could paint them or just cover them with something and use those instead. So I don't know quite how many I've got here. I just did the whole lot that I had. So we'll see how they go. So I've put those in, and then I've just, the last two, just to show you, that's the Oasis tape. Just snip a little bit off. And it's quite tacky stuff, and then you place it onto the bottom there, and then you just secure it. Just a little twist I find does it, and of course when you've finished they're quite easy to remove. So there we have them. Look, they're quite secure, not going anywhere. So in amongst this, I'm going to just put a little filler of something. Now this can be several things. It could be moss, it could be glass chippings. I've chosen, it's a dried material that I just bought at a fair. I'm not sure really quite what it is, but I do like the colour of it, and it's not too thick, and I'm just spreading it through just to give so that you can visually see something more interesting than perhaps just those plain bottles, and it just helps to cover the tops a little. So we'll add that to it, and as I say, you can find anything you want to put in. Size was very good, and the last time I did it I pulled the moss out of the lawn, and that worked very well. So there we have our sisal, our greenery in there. So from there I'm just going to add a little bit of wire. So this is aluminium wire, and it's just going to be pushed in and around, and a little bit can pop over the side, it doesn't matter, just to add a little more interest. It's very springy stuff, so you'll have to be quite careful with it, but it does sort of, as you look through you can see another colour there. So if you're just wondering how I made those. You just need something round and you wrap it around a couple of times. Then you move along a bit more and you wrap it a bit more. And so you make that sort of, just this little sort of swirly bit that will just go inside the bowl. So it's not essential, but it's just another little piece to do. So I've got some steeper gigantea. Now this is lovely this time of year. And so I can just put 1 or 2 pieces. That really is all you need. It's really quite thick. And so I'll just add those in the centre there. Then I've got some lovely, lovely pink roses. So we'll add these into the design. So I'm starting in the middle, and at the moment I can see quite nice and easily where I've got to go with my roses. And the roses stand up a little better because the stem is a little thicker. So they don't all need to be the same size. We can vary the size of our roses. I've just left a couple of little leaves on. I don't think we want too many. Maybe there's too much on that one. That's rather big. So as we turn it round, we can then add a few more. So we have now got various lengths with our roses. That one looks a little bit drunk, but we'll add a little something in with it, which perhaps will secure it a bit more as we go along. So I went walking today for some cow parsley, and by the time I got it home, it was quite droopy. But it's been in the bath, and so it's had a nice refreshing drink. And hopefully this will, it'll come up a little more as it drinks up the water. Now the one thing I did forget to do at the very beginning was fill my bottles. So I'm just moving away for a minute and I'll get the water to fill the bottles. I've returned and my flowers will be able to drink as I fill the bottles up with water. Hopefully it won't take too long. Oh, I've got a leak. Ooh. There we go. They've got plenty to drink now. So I can continue adding a few more bits. So I've been to the garden. And I've just got a maidenhair fern just to place in. It's a very delicate little fern, so it's quite nice. Just keep them to the edge. And then other bits and pieces from the garden. Sweet William. They're absolutely glorious now. Now they've got really solid stems, so they should be all right. And a slightly lighter, paler colour. And I have some and I can't think, foxgloves. So I think they would look quite nice. We'll put them quite central because they're quite thick. So there, we've got those in nicely now. A lovely, lovely little geranium. Very sweet, very dainty. So we'll allow those to come a little lower down. But I like the colour selection of pinks and blues and mauves. I think that's quite nice as a little group. That one's nearly gone to seed, but it's quite an attractive as a seed, isn't it? Just a few aquilegia. They are nearly over. We'll just cut off the seed head ones. And then it just leaves us with a couple to add in the middle. It's a very dainty looking little selection, isn't it? What have we got here? Pretty little blue book. So we are getting to the stage where the holes are sort of filling up and I'm unable to put too much more in. But we don't really want to make it too crowded and thick and solid. Going to see if I can get just one more piece of this lovely cow parsley in, because that flows in and out beautifully. And I feel through the middle I could just do with a little more grass. That's better, that's thickened it up. One more tiny little that's looking quite nice. Maybe if I could just get one more rose in, I think we're nearly there, because I do want it to be a little bit open and airy. There we go. So we've got there quite a pleasant and pleasing little design, which, as this goes over, you could just leave your bottles there and go out in the garden and just pick another selection. So do have a go, it's quite fun. Thank you for watching, bye bye.